Imagine a river so immense, so powerful, it carves its way through the very heart of a continent. This is the Congo, the second largest river in the world by discharge, a titan of water and life that has shaped the destiny of Central Africa for millennia. From high above, it looks like a colossal serpent, its shimmering scales winding through an endless emerald sea of rainforest. But to truly understand its story, we must journey back in time, back to its ancient roots and the people who first called its banks home. Our story begins over 3,000 years ago, with one of the most significant human migrations in history, the Bantu expansion. Skilled farmers and iron workers, these early peoples traveled across the continent, and many were drawn to the fertile lands nourished by the Congo River and its tributaries. They brought with them new technologies, new languages, and new ways of life, laying the foundations for the diverse cultures that flourish here today. Fast forward to the 14th century, and along the lower reaches of this mighty river, a great power arises, the Kingdom of Congo. This was a sophisticated and highly organized state, with a centralized government, a complex social structure, and a thriving economy. The capital, Mbanza Congo, was a bustling hub of trade and culture. The kingdom's influence stretched far and wide, its power intrinsically linked to its control over the river, the main artery of commerce and communication. For centuries, the Kingdom of Congo was a beacon of African civilization, its story written on the waters of the river that sustained it. Then, in 1482, a new chapter began. European sails appeared on the horizon. The Portuguese explorer Diogo Cao, searching for a sea route to the Indies, became the first European to lay eyes on the mouth of the Congo River. He was awestruck by its power, the force of its current pushing freshwater miles out into the Atlantic. This first encounter was one of mutual curiosity. The Mani Congo, the King of Congo, welcomed the Portuguese, and a period of trade and cultural exchange began. European goods like textiles and tools were traded for ivory, copper, and raffia cloth. For a time, it seemed a partnership of equals could be forged. Missionaries arrived, and some members of the Congo nobility even converted to Christianity and traveled to Europe. But this initial period of exchange soon gave way to a darker trade. The insatiable demand for labor in the new colonies of the Americas transformed the relationship. The river, once a channel for local commerce and connection, slowly became a corridor for the horrific transatlantic slave trade, funneling countless lives from the interior to the coast, forever altering the destiny of the kingdom and its people. For nearly 400 years, the vast interior of the Congo Basin remained a mystery to the outside world, labeled on maps as unexplored territory. Many tried to chart its course, but the river guarded its secrets fiercely with impenetrable rapids and dense jungle. It wasn't until the late 19th century that one man would finally unlock its path: Henry Morton Stanley. His journey, which began in 1874, was an epic of human endurance and obsession. Commissioned to solve the last great puzzle of African geography, Stanley and his massive expedition battled disease, starvation, hostile encounters, and the terrifying cataracts that churned the river into a white-water nightmare. After 999 grueling days, having lost a third of his party, Stanley emerged at the Atlantic, having successfully navigated the Congo from its headwaters to its mouth. He had mapped the river, but his journey would have devastating consequences. Stanley's reports of the region's immense wealth, its rubber, ivory, and minerals, captured the attention of one of Europe's most ambitious monarchs, King Leopold II of Belgium. Leopold saw the Congo not as a land of people and history, but as a massive personal prize. Through clever diplomacy and outright deceit, he convinced the world to grant him control over this vast territory, not as a colony of Belgium, but as his own private property, the Congo Free State. What followed was one of the darkest periods in modern history. The river, which Stanley had charted, became the central nervous system for a brutal system of exploitation. Riverboats, like the ones Joseph Conrad would later write about in Heart of Darkness, plied the waters, transporting soldiers and agents into the interior. Their mission was to extract rubber and ivory at any cost. A reign of terror was unleashed upon the Congolese people. Villages were burned, families were torn apart, and those who failed to meet impossibly high rubber quotas faced mutilation or death. The Congo River, a source of life, was twisted into an instrument of oppression, its waters carrying stories of immense suffering. Millions are estimated to have perished during Leopold's rule, a humanitarian catastrophe that was eventually exposed by international campaigners, forcing the Belgian government to take control in 1908. But the scars of this era, the legacy of exploitation, would run as deep as the river itself. After decades under Belgian colonial rule, the Congo finally achieved independence in 1960. The river, once a tool of colonial extraction, was now a symbol of national identity and hope for a new future. It was renamed the Zaire River for a time, part of a push for Africanization, but later reverted to its historic name, Congo. Today, the river remains the lifeblood of the Democratic Republic of Congo and the Republic of the Congo. It's a superhighway connecting remote villages to bustling cities like Kinshasa and Brazzaville, which face each other across its wide expanse. It's a source of food for millions, with fishermen casting their nets in its waters just as their ancestors did thousands of years ago, and it holds immense potential for the future. The Inga Falls, a series of rapids near the river's mouth, have the capacity to generate enough hydroelectric power to light up the entire African continent. But this great river also faces modern challenges: pollution, deforestation in its basin, and the pressures of a growing population all threaten its delicate ecosystem. The story of the Congo River is a reflection of the human story itself, a story of civilization and conflict, of exploitation and resilience, of immense beauty and profound tragedy. From the ancient migrations that first settled its banks to the promise of a brighter, more sustainable future, the Congo flows on, an eternal, powerful, and undeniable force of nature, forever at the heart of Africa. Thanks for watching our deep dive into the history of the Congo River. If you found this journey fascinating, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you do not miss our next exploration into the world's most incredible stories. See you next time.